Hello, hello. I'm a guy with a hat, and today I have am down with the flu, and I have nothing better to do than to start making YouTube videos. And in this video, I want to teach you how to understand all those numbers that you're being bombarded with about the coronavirus outbreak. So the COVID-19 statistics, either when they're reported, there is basically no interpretation of the numbers, leaving people to do a very intuitive interpretation, which is unfortunately quite often wrong, or quite often they might be misinterpreted. This probably affects everybody. Most normal people, but especially reporters who tend to be really good at telling stories but very bad at understanding statistics. A couple of world leaders come to mind, like Donald Trump. In general, high numbers are not a reason to panic. Basically, you should never panic, because either the situation is not serious and you're just making a fool of yourself, or the situation is serious and you need to keep a level head. But when numbers are involved, people tend to panic a lot, especially if these numbers are large and grow quickly. But actually, there are some of the numbers that you want to see being large and grow quickly, and it's not the one that you think it is. So if you go to World Health Organization, Wikipedia, or the Johns Hopkins website, or whatever news media you see, you will usually be bombarded with 3 numbers. Those are not actually the number you would need to really assess the situation like perfectly. They're the numbers which are reported most easily. And the first one is the number of confirmed cases, which, according to the WHO, unfortunately not every country is doing it this way, should be the cases that have been confirmed positive by an RNA test. So basically the RNA of the virus has been confirmed from a swab of the mouth of that person, and this is being reported. The number 2, the second number is the deaths. So how many people died of the disease that have been confirmed to have the disease before. And the third number is how many of the confirmed cases that have tested positive in the past are now testing negative and therefore have recovered. So these are the 3 numbers that are being reported. Now, what do they mean? To answer this, to give you like a basic understanding of how you should judge these numbers, is a high number here a good thing, or is it a bad thing, or is the interpretation what I would call ugly? So it kind of depends on the context, especially on the timing when this number is reported. And this is a case of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they are already ordered in the right way. Yes, confirmed cases are good. You want to read about many people being confirmed positive. The reason behind this is you have to understand. The reason behind this I will get to in a minute. Bad is the number of deaths. Okay, this is probably, you follow me on this one without too much explanation. You will get more anyway, because there's one reason you don't know, you might not know yet. And then there is it depends, the ugly function, the recovered cases. You might have thought that this is really good to hear people recovering, but there is a caveat to this, and this is actually quite often a mixed blessing. So the reason why confirmed cases are good. The thing you have to know about confirmed cases are not the number of actual cases. The number of actual cases is relatively independent of the number of confirmed cases. The number of confirmed cases is how many of the actual cases have been found, put into quarantine, and then tested. Which means this is the number of the actual cases of actual people having the disease that are not dangerous anymore to you because they're not spreading anymore. They are on quarantine. This is a good thing. The higher this number is, the fewer people are still out there spreading the disease. Confirmed cases is good. More is good. Strong increase in the number of confirmed cases means you're usually winning the running battle against the virus spreading. Nice. So, putting it simply, confirmed cases mean that people who have the disease are being found, and for the people it means they're being treated, they're being quarantined, they're not infecting their friends and family anymore, and if they have infected them, those are quarantined and not infecting their friends and family. So your family is safe, you are in the best treatment possible. Being confirmed is good for you, and it also means if you have a large number of confirmed cases, the authorities are actually testing a lot of people and finding all, if not, or at least most of the infected people. This keeps you and the general public safe. It's a good thing. So, now to the number of deaths. When people die, that's a bad thing for them, but for their families and friends. But there's a bigger problem here for the general public. We know by now from the experience from China, which you can find in this report, which I put down in the you can see the source here. We know that it takes about 8 days from a person from starting to have the disease to have symptoms and to be infectious for other people until they die on average. At the same time, we know that the lethality rate, reports are a bit differing between 0.5 and 2%, but a good estimate is 1% lethality, which means for each person dying, there have been 99 or 100 others that had the disease, that got the disease at the same point as they got it. On average, but as long as you have large enough numbers, this holds up pretty well. So, this means the number of deaths that are reported now is the number of actual cases the number of deaths times 100 that have been reported now is the number of actual cases that had been in your country 8 days ago. Now, it takes usually 1 day between people being quarantined and tested to the test result coming back as positive. So if you compare the number of deaths times 100 to the number of confirmed cases 1 week ago, 7 days ago, this should be about equal if the disease is under control. Those were ballpark, bit better than ballpark estimates. So plus minus 50% is still not a reason to worry, but minus 50% fewer confirmed cases is not a reason to worry for you, and 50% higher confirmed cases does not mean that the guy with a hat is lying to you. So, coming to the difficult part, the recovered. For the people who have recovered, it obviously means they're healthy again, they are not infectious anymore, and they're probably even immune to the disease, at least unless the virus mutates a lot. That's good. Nothing to add to this. The thing is, again, a person takes 14 days on average to recover, which tells you this case should have, and this guy should have been in quarantine or should have been confirmed 14 days ago, or actually 13 days ago, because it takes 1 day for the confirmation to happen. If this is not the case, then this, if he was only confirmed later, this person has been spreading the disease for days. Potentially, I mean, if just has been confirmed 1 day and recovered the next, he has been spreading the disease for 12 days. So quarantining that person hasn't helped at all. So yeah, this is why recovered, if that number is a lot higher than the number of confirmed cases 12 to 30 days ago, not a good sign, not a good sign at all. So yeah, this is how you now know to interpret the numbers. And with that, I will finish with a bit of basic health advice. Keep calm. If this situation is serious in your country, you have to keep a level head and keep calm. You will. The good thing about COVID, it won't probably kill you, but it might kill some of your friends and family if you infect them. So if you have any flu-like symptoms, like fever or cough, stay at home. Avoid people. Don't go to work. You will infect and possibly kill some of your colleagues. Don't meet your friends. You might infect and possibly kill some of them. Stay away even from your family members, especially the old, especially your parents. You can infect and kill them. Yeah, basically, also don't go to the waiting room of your doctor's office. Call ahead and they will make time for you if you say you have an infectious disease. And I mean, probably you're just going to have the flu at this point, but still, don't infect your friends and family with the flu. Don't be a dick. And last but not least, wash your hands properly. That also helps. Not only with COVID, but just in general. With that, I take my hat. Stay safe.